This is the Padres Postcast, your instant game reaction for the San Diego Padres. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Oh, baby, what is up, Padre fan? Welcome to your Padres Postcast. I'm Jim Grieshaber. Call me Gries, and we're ecstatic tonight, right? We partying, we styling, we profiling. 7-6 winners. Westside walk it off. Now, Westside walk it off. Elias Diaz scores Jose Iglesias with a beautiful single to the left, putting a capper, an exclamation point on a beautiful comeback win for the Padres. I say comeback because they were down 5-1 in the fifth inning. I say comeback because even though they had the lead late, Robert Suarez blows the save, and they had to walk it off. Westside walk it off, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, Dylan Cease gave up a grand slam, and Fernando Tatis Jr. saved them from giving up another homer with a brilliant catch. He had two of them tonight. Dylan Cease, maybe they trade him. Adios, good riddance maybe. And Robert Suarez with the Indians having trouble. Guardians, I should say. Guardians having trouble with Emmanuel Clase. He's gone, and so maybe you could get a lot for Suarez. Maybe Cease and Suarez might be gone. Who knows? But I will tell you this. The Padres firmly in that wild card position and on the Dodgers' heels. 7-6, the walk-off win tonight at Petco. It's the Postcast. I'm Gries, Gries, at Jim Gries _. Give me a follow. Make you holla. Here's how it goes, okay? I want to thank you for making us your first watch or listen every day on your Padres Postcast. We are live, Bruce Buffer style. We are live right after the game, every game on YouTube. So you want to see the handsome face, you want to smash that subscribe, hit the bell, come on in and say what's up to your boy in the comments. You do it on YouTube right after the game every time, as close as we can get to the end of the game. And then we upload you download Spotify, Apple, iHeart, Stitcher, Podbean, and you down with OPP? No, silly. It's OTT and it's Roku. We are free there as well. We're free everywhere. And I want to thank you for being here. 7-6 the final. Jim Grieshaber, call me Gries. The Padres with a huge win in the opener of the series against the Mets and a crucial homestand. Mets, Cardinals, playoff fever, baby. Padres Postcast. Let's roll.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Side, walk it off. Elias Diaz getting the job done. Work, baby. I get the job done. Come on up and have some fun in the comments with me tonight. How about the Padres? How about the Padres? The backdoor split on the Cardinals series yesterday. And by the way, they smoked the Marlins tonight, 7-1. The Marlins had won like 8 of their last 10, right? But who's keeping track of that? Me. I'm here for you. But Elias Diaz with a couple of big hits tonight, a couple of RBIs. The bottom of the order, Diaz, Cronenworth, and we'll get to what Jake Cronenworth did tonight, legging out an infield single in the 5-run fifth inning. That was a huge, huge, huge frame for the Pods tonight, who banged out 16 hits. All of a sudden, this team is on fire. All of a sudden, the bottom of the lineup is hitting. All of a sudden, it's like, right before you get your haircut, and this is where my daughter would say, Dad, what do you know about getting haircuts? Ha-ha. But you know how right before you get your haircut, fellas, you with me? Ladies, I don't know about as much with you all, but fellas, and I remember I'm not, it wasn't that long ago that I had hair. You know how you just can't every day, you're like, man, I got to get this done. Man, my hair looks terrible. Man, I need a haircut. Then the day you're going to go get it done, all of a sudden it's pristine. It's beautiful. The locks are luscious. Yeah, that's what the bottom of the lineup hitting is tonight. It's fool's gold, right? Fool's gold for the Pods. But I'll say this. They did a nice job this evening in what could have been Dylan Cease's final start as a Padre. He got nailed by a comebacker for the second time this season. The Mets, man, it was 1-1, and then a big grand slam for Vientos, who had been robbed of a home run earlier in the game by Fernando Tatis Jr. And, when you think of it that way, that was the defense, and he made a beautiful sliding play later in the game as well. The defense really keeping the Padres in the game. But look, San Diego, they were down 1-0, right? Mets scored first. They got a run across in the top of the second off Dylan Cease. And here's where Dylan Cease is wildly inconsistent time and time again, right? And we say this every time out, you would think for Dylan Cease. And when I look at Dylan Cease tonight, look, the first inning, this is why teams want him. This is why teams might want him. I mean, it's not top heavy in terms of pitchers who are available right now, starters anyway. I read that they might do a swap for Alcantara, the Cy Young Award winner from the Marlins, who they just played. How great would it be to get Sandy Alcantara and Kyle Stowers for somebody like Dylan Cease. But I don't know. Cease maddening, man. Will you please cease to stop doing this? It's like watching 2 starts within a start every single time because he's great, and then he stinks, and then he's great, and then he stinks. I mean, first inning, amazing. Nimmo, strikeout swinging. Lindor, looking. Lindor, last year's MVP co-favorite with Ohtani, and then Soto got him swinging, would later get him looking, got the manager of the Mets ejected for that one. But then here comes the second inning, right after the Padres come up against Montes, pop out, Arise with a single, Manny hits into a double play. And it's interesting, it's about the only time they're going to get Fernando out. But how about in the top of the second, right? A 1-out walk, and it's always the walks. He walks McNeil after Alonso flies out. Vientos singles. McNeil goes to third. What happens next? Sacrifice fly to left field. 1-0, right? Dylan Cease, right away, strikes out the side in the first, issues that 1-out walk in the second, and those walks always come back to haunt you. Padres would tie it in the bottom of the third. Xander Bogaerts, who has, multi-hit games in 6 of his last 13. Singles to center, scores Manny Machado, and that was what tied the game at 1. And then it got crazy, right? Vientos with a grand slam to right field. No chance for Fernando on this one. Scores Nimmo, Soto, and McNeil. It's 5-1. David Morgan comes in for Cease, and you might have seen the last of Dylan Cease in a Padres uniform. By the way, audience looking big right now. Thank you so much. Please give me a follow, make you holla. Hit that bell when you know you're coming your way with more content. We're coming your way with more content. A sub for me is a sub for Javi, and vice versa. We're in the same channel, same places for you. All right, but yeah, it's 5-1. Mets in the top of the 5th inning, and here's where the game got crazy. It just got nutty. It just got out of hand, baby. Out of hand. Fernando leads off with a double. Okay, it's a double, but he hits a ground ball. It bounces off the glove of the second baseman, squirts out into right. Fernando goes to second with the double. This is why he's so great. Not many players in baseball are going to do that. Luis Ariz comes up, and what happens? Montes tries to do what many before him have tried and failed to do, and that is to sneak a 95-mile-an-hour fastball right on the paint of the inside corner past the 3-time batting champ Luis Ariz. Doesn't happen, bro. Turned on it, ripped it off the foul pole, which should be called the fair pole. 5-3 is your score. Manny singles to left. Jackson Merrill fouls out. Bogaerts with a double. Manny can't score. He goes to third. So it's second and third with only 1 away. And Ben Sheets comes up. Did I just say Ben Sheets? Gavin Sheets fouls out to the catcher, and then Jake Cronenworth comes to the dish. Legs out an infield single, and what he did was he beat the pitcher. This should have been a double down the line. Alonso playing no doubles defense makes a great play to stop the ball, and yeah, he goes to throw it to the pitcher. Brazoban's in the game. Brazoban doesn't get there in time covering first. Cardinals sin for a pitcher. They work on it every day. They spend the whole entire spring training on it. He doesn't get it done. Cronenworth reaches on the infield single, which scores Manny Machado, sends Bogaerts to third. Well, red hot. Bryce Johnson comes up, bang, singles to right field. Bogaerts scored. Cronenworth goes to third, and Elias Diaz, a name you'll be hearing again very soon, comes up, singles in Cronenworth. It's 6-5 Padres. Petco going bananas. Let's not forget the Mets and Phillies in a race for the top of the East, and the team that's bouncing back and forth into second place ends up the leader in the wild card right now in the NL. And then you got the same thing with the Cubs and the Brewers, right? So it's 6-5. Top of the 6th, Morejon comes in. 4 guys up, 4 guys down. Strikes out 3 of them. Great job by Morejon, and just an unbelievable job for Morejon. And then in the bottom of the 6th inning, Manny reaches on an infield single, couple of strikeouts, a walk, and Cronenworth strikes out to end the inning. 7th inning, Morejon, hey, 2 more strikeouts. Got Lindor and Soto back-to-back for the All-Star. Yeah, shout out the 3 horsemen tonight. Anyway, Jason Adam comes in, top of the 8th. 1, 2, 3, gets Batty to strike out looking to end that frame. And then in the bottom of the 8th, Ariz, Machado, and Merrill. 1, 2, 3 against Stanek. And here come, the Mets in the 9th. Here comes Robert Suarez. Yeah, you know what I'm going to say already. Gets a foul out. And then Mauricio, the young kid, homers to right center, ties the game. Suarez blows another one, right? Cease and Suarez, the 2 guys you're hearing, might be gone, right? With You have Jason Adam, you have Morejon, you have a very deep bullpen. Can you flip Suarez for some valuable players down in your lineup? Maybe a couple more arms because you know you have Adam. Or can you flip Dylan Cease for a starter who's also underperforming, like Sandy, Alcantara, and Miami, and then maybe the Marlins flip Cease for something? Who the hell knows what's going on? AJ Preller is going to be a busy dude. I know that, though. So Mauricio homers to tie the game in the top of the ninth, and anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. Here come the Padres. Bogart singles to center. Iglesias grounds into the fielder's choice, and it's an error by Soto. Not Juan Soto, G. Soto. So the Mets killing themselves with defense. First, Brazoban doesn't cover. In the fifth, keeps the inning going. Then in the ninth, yeah, baby, does not get the throw right. The pitcher, Soto, does not get the throw right? So Cronenworth bunts into a fielder's choice. Iglesias goes to second. Bogart's out at third. They tried to bunt him to third, but Iglesias at second. Cronenworth at first. Bryce Johnson strikes out looking, and here we go. You're talking about 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth inning. You're talking about your number 9 hitter. You're talking about your catcher who's done so well defensively, and everybody says the Padres need a new catcher. They're not hitting. They're not doing what they should be doing. Diaz with his second hit, second RBI of the game, walks it off West Side style, and Petco, 44th sellout of the season at Petco. The crowd goes into a frenzy. The Padres win to go to 58-49. What does the win mean? What does it all mean? It's going to be a long time before I finish one of the many missions that I had to establish. Little Cypress Hill for you on your way into the break. We have deals. We have great companies we work with. I can't wait to tell you about what you can accomplish, things you can get done through our partners. Then on the other side, it's the turning point. Then on the other side, it's the star of the game. Then on the other side of that, we get you ready for tomorrow. Don't forget, Javi has the day-to-day. I have the postcast after every game. We're on YouTube. We are on Roku. We are on Stitcher. We are on Podbean. We're on Apple. We're on Spotify. And we are on iHeart. So wherever you hear your podcasts, we are. And then YouTube and Roku to see the handsome face. Jim Grieshaber, call me Gries. Keep it here. Padres Postcast, Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. 7-6 San Diego beats the New York Mets. Come on out and beat the Mets in their series opener. And oh, let me tell you about my friends and yours too. And yeah, you need them just like I did. You need Monarch Money right here on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. And what a partner Monarch Money is for us, and what a partner Monarch Money is for me, trying to keep my finances straight. And they have really helped me a lot with that. And I am telling you, I am not playing around when it comes to my money, and I am not playing around when it comes to Monarch Money. That's right. You ever wish managing your money felt easier? Yeah, we all do, right? With Monarch Money, it can. Whether you're growing your savings or planning a big purchase. Sorry, my screen froze and I'm using a backup here. Whether you're growing your savings or planning a big purchase, Monarch puts you in the driver's seat. It's like having your own personal CFO, giving you full visibility. That's right, and control over your finances. Monarch Money, more than just a budgeting app, right? It's a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place. So in addition to managing your money, you are also building wealth. The surprising thing that I noticed the most when I started with Monarch Money is, oh my God, am I a lazy, you know what, man? Just all the food delivery stuff when I could just run around the corner and go and get it myself. And I was costing myself so much extra money just being lazy. Monarch Money helped me figure all of that out, which is phenomenal, right? All your accounts in the same place. I can use it with my partner, with business partners, personal life partners. My kids can be on there with me with their accounts. It's unbelievable. And right now you can do what I did. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% half off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com. Code LOCKEDONMLB for half off your first year with Monarch Money on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every single day. All right, Jim Grieshaber, call me Gries. Got to get dressed for this one. Got to get the hookup. Holla if you hear me. Holla if you hear me. Yeah, look at this. This is what we call drip. You know what I'm saying? It's what we call drip. It's what the kids call drip. It's what I try to call drip. My kids don't like it when I do it. But I'll tell you what, Game Day Hugh loves it. Why? Because tonight's episode is brought to you by Game Day Hugh. And so is this hat that I'm wearing. For Padres guys like me, come on, got the glove too. You know what I'm saying? So this one hits the mark. Game Day Hue makes clean, no logo gear with team-inspired colorways for every pro and college fan base. It's all about letting your colors speak for you. No giant logos, just smart, versatile style that works on game day and the course or anywhere in between. And I'll tell you what, I love rocking this gear right here on the show, on the course. It's summertime. I love it. It matches all the white stuff, all the crisp, looking drippy. Gotta really love that. Tailgates, tee times, you name it, we are good with Game Day Hue. And I'll tell you this, it's not just the hats, it's the gloves. Look at that glove. Look at the hat. We got it all right here. The colorways, it's perfect for you. Turn it around backwards and look at that right there, right down the middle with the stripe. You got to love that. And right now, hey, you can get 15% off. 15% off with code MLB15 at GameDayHue.com. That's GameDayHue, HUE.com. The code even stacks on bundle deals. How about that? So now's the time to load up. Let your colors talk, because colors speak louder than words. That's GameDayHue.com. Code MLB15 for Game Day Hue on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. We get that. We didn't get that billboard and that wipe for you there on the transition. But hey, Jim Grieshaber, call me Gries, Gries, at Jim Gries _. Oh, baby, what a win for the San Diego Padres tonight. We just told you how it happened with the Pods, and just an incredible performance for the Padres. They keep winning these games where it takes the guts, the resilience, the determination, man. Never say die. All these types of wins, I say it, the one-run games, the comebacks. Yeah, baby. Here's what happens, right? It all becomes, you just keep stirring that pot, right? More and more happens, and you are just learning how to win these games that matter the most. It's the bullpen. It's the defense. Incredible job by the bottom of the order tonight. Cronenworth beats out an infield single. Diaz drives in two. Two comebacks in this game. 5-1, they're down. They take the 6-5 lead. 6-6, it's tied, and they win it 7-6. Also, they were behind 1-0 in this game, and they tied it up there as well. So a tremendous job by the Pods tonight. Let's see if I missed anything. Two great defensive plays by Fernando Tatis Jr., a sliding catch, and also took a home run away from Vientos, who later added a grand slam. A fifth walk-off win of the year for the Pods. Elias Diaz does it in the bottom of the ninth. Mauricio's homer tied it at 6. Diaz won it 7-6. A 5-run fifth. Luis Arraez with a 2-run homer. He had a couple of hits tonight. His 2-run homer got the inning going. Cronenworth beat out an infield single to get an RBI because, man, Brazoban didn't get there in time to cover. So 2 great catches for Fernando. The Mets had won 7 games in a row. We'll give you the standings in a minute before we go, but we got to hit the turning point and the star of the game. But before we do, Jimmy G in the place to be for you on the MIC with the Padres Postcast. I'm trying to get this to work for us, and man, this just does not want to cooperate, and I don't understand why, but this is why we always have the backup, and that's something that I appreciate my guys with the network teaching me how to do when things go badly and or slowly or whatever it is, but good Lord, come on, baby. 2 outs in the 9th inning when Diaz singles in the winning run. Jose Iglesias scored it. Let's see, man, oh man, yeah, Iglesias was on the Mets last year. I forgot about that, right? So Gregory Soto's 0-3. How about that when he threw wide of Lindor, allowing Bogarts to take second earlier in the inning? And between that and Brazoban not covering first, Met fans have to be nuts tonight. You know what I mean? And of course, you're looking at a situation where your manager gets thrown out of the game after a strikeout from Cease on Soto. 5-1 lead in the 5th for the Mets. Vientos' first career grand slam. 1 inning after Tatis Jr. robbed him of a 2-run homer, and that was a game-saving play by Fernando, and that could be the turning point. More on that in a minute. Un momento, por favor. The Padres with a big win, though. 5 runs in the 5th. They tie it in the 9th. The Mets do on a homer off Suarez, but the Pods get their 5th walkout win of the season, walk-off. And Sean Manaea is going to pitch for the Mets. He was a Padre in 2022. The Padres looking at Darvish tomorrow. But again, and by the way, Michael King threw 3 innings of a simulated game today and immediately declared himself ready to go right after that. They're looking at August for him initially, but he might be back. I don't know if you're keeping Cease. You might flip him for Alcantara, is what I've been reading, with some things that have happened around the majors with closers. Maybe Suarez is on the block. Who knows? AJ Preller's got some moves to make. He's got some things to think about. He's got a few days to do it. But meantime, you have the Mets here. Meantime, you have the Cardinals coming in. And you are still looking at a very jam-packed division and wild card race. All right, 2 quick things to do before we get out of here. A very short time to do them in. So let's get started. Let's get it started in here.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Well, it's pretty obvious that the game was won in the bottom of the 9th inning by this man right here. Jose Iglesias with his second RBI single of the night walks it off for the Padres. The bottom of the order did great in this game for San Diego. They really did. And it just, as much as I've been saying about them lately, I got to give them their props for this game. And, Cronenworth 1 for 4, beat out that infield single with an RBI and a run scored. Johnson 2 hits, Diaz 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Big night for Bogarts, 3 for 5, 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Manny Machado staying blistering hot all the way up to 302. His batting average. Fernando 1 for 4 with a run scored. 2 amazing catches in right field. Incredible base running by Fernando. But I will tell you what, man, as we look at our next benchmark, and here it is, I have another idea.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
All right, so here we go. I am going to go with your player of the game. And by the way, the turning point was when, obviously, they won the game on the walk-off. Honorable mention, Cronenworth beating out the infield single in the 5th inning that made it 5-4. And that was huge in the game for the Padres. How about Fernando's diving catches? Just incredible in this game tonight, playing defense, scoring runs. Just a tremendous job. But I have to go with my player of the game, the guy with the 11-game hit streak, the guy whose 2-run homer got it going in the 5th and almost dropped in another one. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the 5th. And this man right here, Luis Suarez, almost added a double that would have cleared the bases and given him a 5 RBI night. But I'm going with him for my player of the game. It could have been Iglesias. It could have been Manny. It could have been Fernando. Yeah, the accolades adding up. I don't know what you're going to do with Cease and Suarez. It's maddening. Suarez can't get the save. But, man, Morejon, Estrada, and Adam, 3 of the 4 horsemen really getting it done tonight. Morejon, 4 strikeouts in an inning and 2/3. No hits, no nothing. He could have been the player of the game as well, but we're going with Luis Suarez. Suarez blows his 4th save, but gets the win to go to 3-4. And then tomorrow night, of course, you get the Padres and the Mets again, and that game's going to be a lot of fun. Darvish and his opponent will be Sean Manaea. Now it's saying Ryan Berger. Interesting. Earlier it said Darvish. So one or the other will pitch. First pitch is at 6:40 tomorrow night. Right after that with the postcast, and we will be here with that. Thanks to you for being here. First watch, listen every day. Javi Reyes with the Locked On Padres podcast, day in, day out on all the same platforms. Give us a sub. Ask us some questions in the mailbags, whichever platform you find us on, audio, video, YouTube, Roku, you name it. We are here. Don't forget Locked On MLB Game Night. For those of you who can't get enough, like me, every game, every night, all season long, local analysis on a national level with your Locked On MLB Game Night on YouTube, Locked On MLB, or wherever you listen to your podcast. Tomorrow night, we're here right after the game, and we are hoping that it'll be the 4th straight win for the Padres as they get this homestand off on the right foot. Man, oh man, a huge night offensively, a ton of hits in this game, and they just kept on coming back. 7-6 Pods in the opener. Thank you so much for being here. That's going to do it for us on your Padres postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day, free, wherever you listen to your podcasts, and of course, YouTube and Roku. Until tomorrow night, Padre fan, keep your game tight and your mind right, baby. My name is Jim Gries, and I am out.